scores, recaps, and interviews with our top coaches.
Here are your hosts, Lee Cochran and Ryan Baker.
Week 4 of the high school football season, heading towards a close. Welcome into Byers Subaru Dublin's high school football overtime on the Fan. I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. And Lee, this is one of those games tonight for us in our Capital Ford of Columbus, a game of the week where Upper Arlington is a team that is just so well coached, and they're always just so good with Justin Buttermore. And even if they don't have the most playmaking ability on their team, which I'm not saying that's the case this year because there was plenty of explosiveness on this team tonight. Mm-hmm. They have such a good scheme. They're so sound defensively that they can overcome a lot of things. We know this New Albany team coming in was pretty young, and we know that they had a good running back, Jet Jurors, and he had some runs tonight. Mm-hmm. There was some ability there, but it's in any level of sports, and we're seeing this in another game tonight where if you have injuries, it is really hard to overcome. And this New Albany team was beat up a little bit, and there can just be no mishap, right? Everything has to be perfect when you're playing a team like Upper Arlington because you know they've always got their T's crossed and their I's dotted every time.
Yeah, and New Albany had that win last week, and we thought, okay, what can they do against Upper Arlington? You know, two things I'll say. One, I love how you just have a strong coaching man crush on Justin Buttermore.
I love him.
I know you do.
I do. I mean, the dude's won everywhere he's been, right? Tri-Valley, to a state championship game, 2 great years at Granville. And Upper Arlington's always kind of been there, right? They first big school in Central Ohio to win a state championship back at 2000s. But then they had some waves, right? There was some up and down. Since he's gotten there, it's all up. They
really have. And the other thing I'll say, you know, we look at their defense, and their defense is amazing. And he even said that it's a pretty, light defense. They're not real stout on defense. They just execute so well. Because they're one of the teams, on the lines, he won't play guys both ways. And they've got a massive offensive line, a pretty, as he called it, a pretty thin defensive front seven. But, man, can they fly to the football. It is amazing. I'm sure it's amazing to watch. It's fun to listen to.
It's just always so fundamentally sound, right? And then even in their special teams and their kicking game, like Edward Oakley, he's a guy that's been there kicking since he was a freshman. And I remember him hitting like 42-yard game-winning field goals as a freshman. Just everything always seems to be on point with this Upper Arlington team. They now are 4-0 on the year, definitely in the discussion as Central Ohio's best. New Albany now falls to 1-3, Lee, but we've seen New Albany teams, especially in Division II, Region 7, that have gone 5-5 before in the regular season, but they get it humming by the end of the year, and they get things going. Again, we talked about some injuries tonight, a really good junior running back in Jet Jurors. They'll be a team still at the end that might be able to make some noise in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And they just got to get a little healthier and take care of it. But the one thing I look at is, and yeah, we're not. Hopefully, we talked to Coach Buttermore this evening, and one thing we can't ask him because we know the answer. But one thing we can do is look ahead to Week 8. I mean, Upper Arlington has Central Crossing, then Bradley, which would be a good game. Olentangy, Liberty, you can't underestimate them. It looks like they're going to get their first win tonight. But Week 8. Man, that could be a great showdown with Olentangy Orange.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll be, and I think that was a good one last year, right? Orange pulled off the upset last year and knocked them off, I believe, in that Week 8 game. I can tell you, Lee, that Upper Arlington...
28-20.
Upper Arlington Liberty game that you talked about, Week 7, that will be our game of the week here on the Fan. Even though Liberty, as you mentioned, just getting their first win of the season tonight, it looks like
they're going to do.
It's not yet, but
no, but and we know Liberty. They've never started 0-4. I mean, even in their inaugural season when they were 1-9, they won the opener and then lost the next 9. But, we've talked about it several times. It was a few years ago they lost their first 3 and then ended up making a state semifinal. So they'll get it lined up pretty well, and that week 7 will be fine. But that just says a lot about that OCC Central. And most of these OCC divisions are very difficult, but this one, I think stands out as the most difficult one, the Central.
Yeah, it is. It seems like it's kind of that way year in and year out, right? With those teams, it's always one of those teams there that is just right in the mix. They're all so good.
But the thing of it is, you can't really look at it and say, well, it's not a good division because this team went 0-5 in the division. Well, they still could be one of the better teams in the area. They're just in that division.
Yeah, you could easily be in that division and you lose. Let's take Kaufman, for example, right? Kaufman the past few years has had teams that were 3-7, 2-8, but they got in the postseason and went on runs. Amari Valerio Hudson almost willed Kaufman to a regional championship last year with his play. Yeah. So, these teams, Dublin Kaufman gets to the playoffs. It's nothing they haven't seen in the regular season.
No, you're exactly right. They lost their first 4 OCC Central games last year, then closed the regular season beating Bradley. And then what do? They beat Westland, beat Lebanon, and then they lose to Centerville. Centerville. And, that's just all you got to do is get in there. And now it's going to be a little bit different with 12 teams instead of 16. But it just like New Albany, to circle back to that. New Albany, all they got to do is get in, and they can make some noise.
And we talk about New Albany. Let's real quick just talk about the losses they've had so far. So they're 1-3 on the year. They lost to London. London looks to be one of the better teams, not just in Central Ohio, but in the state in Division 4 right now. Wadsworth is a team in Division 2 that a lot of people think could possibly win a regional championship and make it to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. And then Upper Arlington tonight, who we know will be a contender for that Region 3 championship this year. So New Albany's 1-3. Those are really good losses.
Well, yeah, because London's 4-0. They won tonight. I don't know what Wadsworth did, but they were 3-0 coming into tonight. And now Upper Arlington's 4-0. Yeah. And then New Albany beat a Berlin team who, might drop to 0-4, but Berlin's been right there. They've won back-to-back OCC titles.
They did drop to 0-4, by the way. The first time Berlin has been 0-4 in school history. They lose to Liberty tonight by a score of 10-7. And those are 2 teams with some hard-fought losses so far this year.
Yeah, Berlin, they lost that opener to DeSales, 14-13. Then they lose to Upper Arlington, 16-10. And then New Albany last week, 30-21. They're right there. And you kind of figure Coach Norrie's going to get this turned around. He's too good of a coach. They've had too much success the last few years for them not to turn it around.
So let's go ahead and run through some of these finals, Lee, and we'll have some stats and highlights from some of these games here that we can talk about. The City League had 3 games last night, 1 in the north, 2 in the south. In the north, Lyndon McKinley improved to 4-0. They shut out Centennial 40-0.
Okay, and here's one. They've got Beechcroft next week. But you look at week 6, they got Grandview. That might be a sneaky good game.
Yeah, because Grandview is going to move to be 4-0 tonight as well.
They're both going to probably win next week, and so that'd be a pair of 5-0 teams coming in there. That could be a good game.
That would be one to watch. In the City League South last night, Marion Franklin 21-0. They beat Independence. Walnut Ridge gets their first win of the year, 48-6. They knock off South. So we do have finals tonight in the OCC Buckeye. We had a lot of City League, some OCC, Mid-State League, all of those leagues getting underway tonight. Groveport picks up their first win of the year. They beat Newark 35-14. Pickerington Central hammers Logan 64-7. The news coming out this week, Lee, that Logan, after 1 year or 2, this is their second year in OCC. They're heading to the Mid-State League, and I don't know if anybody ever thought it was a good idea for Logan to join the OCC distance-wise, competitiveness-wise, and they're moving to the Mid-State League maybe as soon as next year.
Yeah, and you can be competitive in a lot of sports, but, football is the big one. And when you're not competitive in that, it kind of makes you look at things. And, the Mid-State Leagues probably is a great fit. I mean, you look at what Franklin Heights did. Franklin Heights dropped out of the OCC and went to the Central Buckeye League. And that's a great fit for them.
Yeah, so hopefully it works out for everyone. I just hate seeing scores like that, 64-7, when you kind of knew in the beginning that was going to happen.
Yeah, but that's not even the worst one we got tonight.
No, and we'll get to some of those. And the worst one is kind of surprising to me because of the history of the one school involved.
Yeah. Look at this. We're
jumping way ahead here. We're teasing.
We're teasing.
Tays Valley improves to 3-1, 37-14. They knock off Lancaster tonight in the OCC Capital. Big Walnut beats Delaware 45-7. We thought this game to start the season, Lee, was going to be a matchup of two of the best running backs in the area. I still don't know if Favor Key played tonight, but I don't think he did. I don't think he's been back since that injury in week 1. He injured his ankle. Nolan Burley, though, did his job to hold up the running back battle here for Big Walnut. 14 carries tonight, Lee, 250 yards, 5 touchdowns, one of 71 yards, one of 80 yards thrown in there.
I need to get him on my team on Madden.
He is listen, I got to see him in person last year in their playoff win over Perry. He is a beast. And then last year he was just a sophomore, just a junior now. I'm sure everybody in Central Ohio loves that they get another year of this kid next year.
Well, unless you're lined up against him, then you're not you're hoping he graduates.
It was sarcasm. I was trying to lay it on thick. Like Coach Kreger's really happy at Big Walnut. Everybody else not so happy that has to play him. By the way, Delaware next week will be our game of the week. A little bummer if we don't get to hear Favor a Key here on the Fan. That was one of the things we really wanted to do. Obviously, the running back committed to Ohio State. I have not heard yet if he'll be playing next week. I would guess he's probably not. We haven't seen him since week 1, his first carry of the season. That's just a bummer, not only for him, but this Delaware team, because I have a feeling this game tonight, Big Walnut would have won, but this would have been a little more competitive of a game.
I would think so. And, at this point, you wonder, I think he probably wants to come back. But at some point in the season, you just, if he's not coming back, then you just got to move on.
Yeah, you got to wonder if the folks over on Lane Avenue want him to come back
have a little bit
or not.
Yeah, I mean, he's the first player from Delaware to sign with Ohio State since the 60s. And that's the 1960s.
Yeah, been a long, long time. Let's flip the page here. Westerville South was trailing Dublin Scioto most of the game. They come back late, though, and get the win, 26-18. They knock off Scioto, giving Scioto their first loss of the season. And, Lee, this is another game where injuries played a part in it, right? Jack McKee, the starting quarterback for Scioto, breaks his leg last week. Grady McMillan has to come in and fill in for him, and it seems like he did an admirable job. Westerville South, though, able to come back and get the win late.
Yeah, and South has won the last 6 meetings now, and I guess the one thing kind of stuck out to me, he said he broke a bone in his leg. McKee broke a bone in his leg and had surgery, but, they think that there's a possibility he could come back this year.
Yeah, I saw that Coach Alex Place was hoping that he would be able to make it back this season. Let's switch over to the Mid-State League in the Buckeye Division. Bloom Carroll improves to 2-2. They beat Amanda Clear Creek 16-6. The backyard brawl, Lee, not the one you love, the West Virginia Pitt matchup, but the backyard brawl down in Circleville. Circleville beats Logan Elm 35-8. And Lee, under Coach Jay Sherritt, I know you've got a stat on this start for Circleville here this year.
Yeah, they're 4-0 for the first time since 2002. That's incredible what they're doing there. Now, they've started 3-0. Like, heck, they started 3-0 last year and then lost 6 of 7. But, it's such a great story. I mean, you're talking about, Coach Sherritt at the highest level of Ohio high school football, winning the state championships, and then goes back to his alma mater and, and has them 4-0. I mean, that's what a great story that is.
Very cool story for sure. Let's move down. Of course, our game tonight, 42-7. Upper Arlington improves to 4-0. They beat New Albany. Olentangy Liberty, we talked about it. They get their first win of the season. They beat Berlin 10-7. Their first win, Berlin's first 0-4 start in school history. Pickerington North shuts out Dublin Kaufman 24-0. The final there. Hamilton Baden hands DeSales their first loss of the season. 38-21 was the final. Lee, here's the score that's really lopsided. Not surprising because we think this team might be the best team in the area. It is surprising because they've played Tiffin Columbia in the past couple years, and those games have been kind of close. Watterson, they're 4-0 now on the year. 81-7. They beat Tiffin Columbia tonight.
Well, when you told me that, I said, you better double check that one. And you did. And yeah, I mean, it was the 2022 season when Watterson went up there and lost 40-37, I think it was. And I remember talking to Coach Kennedy. We both talked to Coach Kennedy after that, and he said, that was kind of the game they needed. It showed that where they could be. And since then, they've been to, 2 state finals and won.
And I would think they definitely have their sights set on. I think most people think they've got a 3rd state finals trip coming up here.
Yeah, but when you've won it and they've got a lot of guys back and, I think they know how to handle the expectations because they lost in the state final 2 years ago, got back, won it. And, it's hard staying on top, but if you keep the perspective and you keep the drive and you keep the hunger, then it can happen.
Real quick, want to jump back to the Mid-State League Buckeye because we just got this final. Hamilton Township improves to 4-0. They beat Fairfield Union 35-7 is the final. Moving along, Franklin Heights, they improved to 3-1. They beat Kip Columbus 14-8. Liberty Union's 3-1. They knock off Lakewood 41-7. Milan Edison beats Northridge 20-0. The final in that one. London improves to 4-0. 44-14 winners over Indian Lake. And those are all of the finals that we have for you right now. We do have a bunch of games heading towards final, though. So we will get to those here coming up shortly and give you updates on some of them.
We participate in the area poll. We have votes in that. And how good do you think London is? I mean, they're out on the outside. They don't have the big names. Coach Cutler's very good. They've been up there for, the last handful of years. Is it a team we keep kind of poo-pooing a little bit, or are they that good?
I think they are pretty darn good. And the unfortunate thing is we may not know how good they are until the playoffs. They have some tough games coming up. That Jonathan Alder game, week 8, as of right now, is a game that really looks like will maybe be the true test of them. They've got Graham next week. Graham was undefeated heading into this one, but Graham is a Division 5 school just like Indian Lake, who they played tonight. So unfortunately, we may not know how good London is until the playoffs. And the other unfortunate thing for them might be that they're in a region with Hamilton Baden. And we obviously saw Baden is pretty good because they handled DeSales tonight. So
yeah, that's very true. But that again, another week 8 game we can look forward to.
Why is week 8 always so good in Central Ohio?
It really always seems to be that way.
It really does. We've got to take our first time out. When we come back, though, we will update you on more games that gone final. We'll be talking to some of the coaches later in the show as well. It is Byers Subaru Dublin's high school football overtime. Ryan Baker, Lee Cochran, the guru on the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Now
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, lease 2 Elantras for $222. That's right, lease 2 new 2025 Elantra SEs for just $222 a month for a 2-year lease. Both your new Elantras come with owner assurance and America's Best Warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. In Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.99 down per unit plus taxes and fees. First month payment, 10K miles per year, ends 9/30.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Realtors usually charge you 6% to sell your house, but not my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They take 1%. It's in the name. And this is full service. No shortcuts, no for sale by owner crapola. They do it all. Call 614-451-6616. Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com.
You're kind of cute. Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tighty-whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair.
Dormar, you're kind of cute. In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show.
But now,
Ooh, baby.
radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube.
Ooh, just to name a few.
Live or on demand.
You have no excuses. The Fan.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped, had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football, and things had kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he said, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple months later, I was here, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
This show gets you so close to high school football, you can smell the stinky shoulder pads. It's
Byers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on The Fan.
Glad to have you along for this week 4 edition of Byers Subaru Dublin's High School Football Overtime. I'm Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. We did get a couple finals, Lee, here in the break. Want to go through and grab those couple that we did get. Hilliard-Davidson, they improved to 3-1, 35-14. They knock off Hilliard-Darby tonight. Lee, they are a bad second half, right, against Canal Winchester from being 4-0. They were up 21-0 in that game. They end up losing late on a safety, 23-21. This is another one, Lee, where both of these teams, right? You know, I was a believer in Hilliard-Davidson coming into this season. I know they were replacing Josh de Blasio at quarterback, but his brother Johnny, very capable. He's the quarterback now. They lose Kevin Gibbons, but they still have Dane Schmidt, who had a nice game tonight at the running back position, runs really hard. And then I loved that offensive line. They're all big. They were all returning. They all played together last year. This is a question where how good is Davidson, do we think? And then how good is Canal Winchester? Because we don't have the final right now, but they were beating Reynoldsburg really big tonight. They're 4-0 on the year if they get that win, which it looks like they were going to, and they have a big matchup with Pickerington Central next week.
Yeah, and, Davidson has Marysville, but then they've got Orange looming in their conference opener. So that'll be interesting. Again, we beat it so much. We discuss it so much. How the OCC Central, but and for good reason. But yeah, I think Davidson is a good team. You brought up Dane Schmidt. Last we heard he had 3 touchdowns. I don't know if he got another one because they scored again, but he had scoring runs of 52, 39, and 5 yards.
It's a good night. He's a good-looking player, too, when I got to watch him last year. Kevin Gibbon had just been doing it so long for Hilliard-Davidson, and he was a really good back, too, don't get me wrong. But I like Dane Schmidt a lot. Yeah, it's interesting with these two teams. That Canal Pickerington Central game next week, and I will give you credit, you called that probably maybe week 1 of the season. You said that game week 5 is going to be pretty good. Great job by Rob Page in his first year out there at Canal Winchester. And listen, we know that guy could coach. He did it at Big Walnut for a while. It seems like he really has the Indians going in a nice direction here.
Oh, yeah. Well, they've been going in a good direction. It looks like he's taking them to the next level.
And I don't think that's a surprise, right? Knowing his pedigree and his track record, because like we said, we knew he was a really good coach.
Oh, yeah. And I just always wonder why, he left Big Walnut and, and a lot of the coaches get out because they want to spend more time with their family and stuff, and then that bug just doesn't let go of them. And a lot of coaches will be assistants, but Mark Crabtree, it came back and got him, and he was assistant for 4 or 5 years, and then he's back at Jerome as a head coach. We see Coach Sherritt was out.
Yeah,
he comes back as a head coach. So, hey, it's fun to see. I mean, Brian Schoonover at Groveport left. Now he's at Lancaster.
Yep, it definitely happens. It's definitely in these guys' blood. Olentangy Orange improves to 4-0. They beat Gahanna 35-21 tonight. Cincinnati St. Xavier, they improved to 4-0. They beat Westerville North. They came to town and knocked them off 28-0. Thomas Worthington, Lee, gets their first win of the year. They double up Grove City tonight, 42-21. Congratulations to Coach Scott Gordon in his first win back at Thomas Worthington. Another one that got out and came back to.
Got out and came back, and this is Thomas Worthington's team had lost 18 in a row. And we'd heard that Grove City was battling a lot of injuries, but you got to think, what was it last week? Scioto needed overtime to beat Thomas Worthington. So something started clicking after the first 2 games for Thomas Worthington, and they went to overtime last week and win this week.
And again, like it stinks because you talk about it, right? Grove City, I've heard that maybe as many as 16 starters were out tonight. We talked about Scioto. Their quarterback breaks his leg last week in the game. And you don't want to diminish that. Don't take the shine off of this win for Thomas Worthington, especially these kids, because you mentioned they had lost 18 in a row. That stinks. It is nice for them to get a ride home tonight with a win in their back pocket.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, and especially against a team like Grove City, who we expect to be in the playoffs. We expect to win a game. They could win a game in the playoffs, if not a couple. But that's 2 straight losses for Grove City now.
Just got these 2 finals back-to-back, Lee. Olentangy improves to 3-1. They beat Central Crossing by a score of 43-6. And how about this? Westerville Central, they've won 2 in a row. They hand Dublin Jerome their first loss of the season, 24-16 the final. Congratulations to Coach Franks in the game.
Yeah, and maybe they're turning around too, because they were 1-9 last year, 2-9 the year before. Throw a 2-8 in there. Their last winning season was 7-2 in the COVID year 2020.
Congratulations, Westerville Central.
Oh, I thought it was congratulations to me for knowing that.
I mean, I congratulate you on every score we give. You're the guru for a reason. Come on now. St. Charles comes from behind tonight, late. They score with just under 4 minutes left. They knock off Reedy 27-26. I was following this game tonight. It seemed like this one was a lot of fun. Congratulations to St. Charles. And I'll tell you what, it sounds like Reedy has a really good young quarterback, and Mike Daniels, he had a game, but St. Charles able to pull it out late.
Yeah, and it's weird that this is only the second time they played since 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. Reedy left the CCL and everything, but that's still what a game for St. Charles. Who did you pick in that game?
We already know. That's why you're bringing it up, and you picked the other team, so that's why. Just got this to further our point on Dane Schmidt. By the way, you talked about his 3 touchdowns. Our friend Marty Bannister just texted me and said 220 yards rushing for Dane in that game, so another big running back performance that we've got on the docket tonight. Grandview, they improved to 4-0. They beat Bexley 35-0. Northland Lee beats Whitehall 26-7. The final in that one. Let's see if we've got any more new ones here. Oh, here is one. West Jeff, they're 4-0, 62-26. They beat Cedarville tonight. And one more final, Lee, in the City League. Whetstone gets their first win of the year. They knock off Beechcroft 28-25. That one might shock a little bit, that Beechcroft losing to Whetstone.
Did you give the East score?
Oh, no, I did not. That's right, East. How about this? We've never had this, Lee. 12 years together. We've been doing this show. Well, I can guarantee you we have never had 2 81s on the board. We do tonight. East beats Mifflin 81-0.
There you go. That's why I wanted you to bring it up.
Watterson and East outscored their opponents tonight 162-7.
And Watterson gave up the 7.
I would have thought that. That's brutal. We got to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have some more scores. I think we'll also get an update on what you can see on 1st and 10 tonight. Not sure if it's Dami or AK coming in, but we'll talk to one of them next. It's high school football overtime on The Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Looking for a hassle-free car buying experience? At Buyers Subaru Dublin, you can shop entirely online, browse our inventory, get your trade-in value, and secure financing, all from the comfort of your home. All backed by the trusted team that's been serving from the same location under the windmill at 270 and Sawmill for 25 years. Right now, buy a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 1.9% for up to 72 months. Start your journey today at BuyersSubaruDublin.com. Buyers Auto, driving the next generation of buyers. Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/25.
Ben Sadler, Assistant Vice President, Commercial Lending, on what makes First Bank of Central Ohio successful.
What we do as a community bank is really, listening to, that company, finding the solutions that best need their business and is not just a universal product that you could get anywhere else.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with the AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through September 30th. See store for details.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. Has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY, and when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process. From the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan. From Picktown to Marysville and everything in between, this is Byers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on The Fan.
Welcome back in. Byers Subaru Dublin's high school football overtime. Hey, we've got another final here, Lee, and a little bit of a shocker to me. Westland falls today to Worthington Kilbourne, 48-38. We know one thing about Westland games. They're going to be high scoring. And I'll tell you what, Jackson Sabo, sophomore quarterback for Worthington Kilbourne, Alex Meek, heck of a sophomore wide receiver. Coach Edwards got something cooking up there on Hard Road, and that's a big one next week.
Well, you know, and both these teams, Battle of Hard Road, obviously they play it every year, and a lot of times it's for pride, and that means a lot. But this time, both teams are coming in 3-1, and I haven't looked yet to see when the last time both teams came in with winning records. But this all of a sudden is a big game next week.
Dami, you have been in town for a long time. I know your favorite high school football rivalry in town is DeSales and Watterson, obviously, for good reason. It is like the Ohio State-Michigan of high school football rivalries. But that Battle of Hard Road is a fun one, that 50-pound chunk of asphalt. Is there any other Central Ohio rivalries that you love and throw in that category?
Well, I like it when the two Worthington get together.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when the Hilliards get together. I like it when the Olentangy's only got 53 schools now, right? The different, but no, they're all good. I mean, you know, the Hilliards are always good, and I like it all. But I think my favorite, though, you're right, is DeSales and Watterson. And boy, Watterson, how many
81-7 they won tonight.
Good grief. That's crazy. And then DeSales lost to Baden.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a minute. But do you ever remember a night where we've had two 81s on the board? Because Watterson wins tonight 81-7, and East beat Mifflin 81-0. I don't remember a time where we've seen two 81s.
Yeah, I mean, in high school football, I mean that's scoring every time you touch the ball,
and then some,
and then some, because they go pretty quick. That's Watterson's loaded though. You know,
yes, they are.
I saw them play earlier in the year, and they are loaded.
Well, you were bringing up the Watterson DeSales game. When I moved here, 30 years ago, I moved here. Well, a little over 30. And I'm working at the paper, and I said, what game do I have to go see in person? The guy told me Watterson DeSales. And it was one of the hardest hitting games. And every time I saw those two teams play, it's hard hitting. It was, intense, but played well. And it is just a dynamite rivalry. I'll agree with you. It's got to be the best in Central Ohio.
Right. Yeah. We the game of the week. That's where I was tonight.
Okay, out in New Albany.
And I'll tell you what, Upper Arlington. I've seen them now a couple times. They're for real.
They're pretty good.
And the Backus brothers. How about that?
Justin Buttermore is got to be on the short list of top coaches in the state of Ohio, definitely in Central Ohio. Upper Arlington just does everything so sound. And isn't that kind of a blast from the past there, Dom, with the Backus? I don't think they're brothers. I think they're cousins. One of them is Jeff.
I checked with Ryan Miller, whose son, and I said, how are these guys related? He said they're brothers.
They're brothers.
Okay, well,
he said the quarterback is a senior and the receiver is a sophomore, and I said they're brothers. He goes, "Yep, they're brothers."
Yeah,
okay,
and Jeff played in 2000. That's his nephews.
Yeah, and I believe
he played at Northwestern.
Northwestern,
right?
yeah.
And I believe Jeff has a son on the team as well that's a sophomore. So that Backus connection there is pretty strong. That kind of. You've seen,
now you're going to make me. I'm going to call Ryan Miller. Ryan, if you're listening, I think he is. Are you correct? Because Ryan is questioning you.
I'm not questioning Ryan Miller. I may have just missed one of the Backuses, but I thought they both had. But regardless, how far Central Ohio football has come, because 2000 was when Jeff Backus was on that team. Upper Arlington, the first Central Ohio team to win the big school division state championship. And we've obviously had Hilliard-Davidson since then, Pickerington Central, Olentangy Liberty last year. The Central Ohio football has just gotten so much better in the last 25.
And I said this when we do the Boomtown stuff. I said because Central Ohio, Columbus has become a boom town, and we have all these folks moving here. And you think about our population, the steel mills aren't around anymore and all that. But you know what? Columbus is continuing to grow, and that has had such a positive effect on high school football. I mean, look at last year, Liberty. I mean, think about that, fellas. And, I wouldn't, I think Watterson is going to have another great shot to win a state championship. I think, we could see state champion. I mean, I think Central Ohio is going to, the better days are yet to come. I really do.
And you talk about
it's just not football either.
No,
we're seeing,
for sure.
We're seeing,
Westerville North, Olentangy Orange, both won basketball championships.
We're seeing baseball. It's all the sports. And to Dom's point, you drive around, all you see is just houses popping up. Mm-hmm. You drive through some of these suburbs, and you're like, the ones that aren't landlocked, you just see houses just popping, springing up. And from that 2000 team, I'm not going to let you forget Simon Frazier.
Yeah, he was
a stud on that team. That's Dr. Jeff Backus, too.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Dom Taberry, too.
Dom, and you talk about that this year, and who knows in Division I. These teams are all beating each other up right now. Division II, obviously, Big Walnut lost to Watterson week 1, but they seem to be rolling right now. They were in a state semifinal last year. You mentioned Watterson. And Grandview in Division VI is a team to watch as well. When you have a Division VI team that has a kid that's going to go play running back at Indiana, that's eye-opening. This Grandview team is a team that may have a chance to win a state championship.
And Grandview has put guys into big time. I mean, look at the Lachey brothers.
Lachey's.
I mean, it's we are blessed right now. I think, and I do believe Central Ohio's best days when it comes to the high school football, it is upon us. Our man Pizza Mike, he's listening.
Okay.
And Guru, you are his hero. He wants to hang with you, and you and him should like handicap all the games because you guys are so good. He's very good at it too.
I would love to. Especially, I could hang out with somebody named Pizza Mike any day of the week.
Yeah, you guys could be brothers.
Now, if it was Pizza and Beer Mike, it would be even better.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Well,
You're not trying to wrestle Pizza Mike, are you? Or
no,
you
I
probably
don't-
have in the past,
although,
haven't you?
I'll tell you, if Guru and Mike wrestled, it'd be a good match. It would
There
be.
we go.
Yeah, because Pizza Mike's got a special sleeper hold he uses.
I don't want to know how you know about that.
But what you bring up about the athletes coming here, the other thing that happens when you have the athletes coming here, that it also brings the top coaches into Central Ohio too. You know, you look at Mark Norrie. You know, I mean, Justin
Page.
Rob
Talked
Page,
about.
Justin Buttermore. I mean, I guess Tri Valley Granville. You can say kind of fringe Central Ohio, but he's in the big schools now, and that's what happens too. Wade Bartholomew, coming from Bloom. You know, you get these, you get in the top players. You're also going to get the top coaches.
So, Dom, what do we got coming up here on 1st and 10 this evening?
We got 11 games tonight for you.
Well, that's not 10. You're an overachiever tonight.
Well,
You work at overtime.
We're getting bonus coverage.
All right, I like it.
We're what's the thing? Under promise and over deliver.
There you go.
I'm trying to do that my whole life.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, we'll have our game of the week. We're going to show you how DeSales and Hamilton-Baden did. We're going to show you City League games. Of course, there was a situation with the Eastmore and West where that game, you know what happened there, right?
No, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the game was called, I want to say, either late in the third or early in the fourth, with Eastmore winning 20-0, but they stopped the game. There were shots fired in the area.
That's never any good.
So that's, but we'll have highlights of that game, a couple City League games. So yeah, myself, Adam King, and then the one and only Nene Nicole Sharon, who's under the lights.
She always is. She didn't get hurt this week, did she?
She didn't get hit, did she?
She didn't get run over.
Yeah.
So, Dami, the fun starts with you guys at about 11:15. 11 o'clock, the news gets underway. Just put your TV on Channel 10 right now.
Yes, sir.
Why do you got to put it on there? It should be on there already.
That's true.
Dog's only got one station.
I got one channel. That's it. One channel, Channel 10.
And 10 TV Plus. Don't forget that, your app.
Well, yeah, this streaming.
Yeah, you got the stream on one channel, on one TV, 10 TV on the other.
All right.
What do you think tomorrow? Bucks big?
I think the Buckeyes win 42 to, I think we get another shutout, 42-0.
Really? So you got them covering the 30.5 and shutting out the Bobcats.
I think OU's a very good football team, but this is not West Virginia they're playing tomorrow.
Boy,
wow.
you know what? That took longer than I expected.
Shots fired.
This is not your Mountaineers they're playing there.
You may get your wish to wrestle the Guru tonight.
It's what I told my nephew who went to OU. I said, when Rich took over the first time, they struggled for a year. Within 2 years, they were up on the national level. It'd be a little bit more difficult with the NIL. But in a few years, West Virginia is going to be up there, and OU will be OU.
Yep.
A very good MAC team. Now here, okay, say somehow they keep it close. Let's just say, even if it's a blowout, what happens if OU then runs the table? Are they going to be in the running for that Power 4 bid to the playoff?
They should.
Or that group of four?
If they would beat Ohio State, they should.
Oh, if they're not beating Ohio State, come on.
Yeah, but
we're not drinking anything that.
I just said, here's what I'll say. I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. I think probably not, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they do.
So 1st and 10 coming your way a little more than an hour from now. Get the TV ready.
Yeah.
Turn it on. 10 TV's already there. You'll be ready to go. Dom,
and a shout out again to Pizza Mike. He just texted and said, tell Guru that he wants to hang with you. He wants you to teach him some football knowledge.
There we go. I will do that in a heartbeat.
We'll have to give him some information on the post-show meeting. He can come meet us over there sometime.
All right. We'll see you.
We'll see you, Dom. Have a good show.
All right. Bye-bye.
Dom Taberry of Channel 10. He'll be on the highlights with Adam King and Nicole Sheeran, 1st and 10. Again, coming your way about an hour from now.
They do a heck of a job. I love watching it.
It's great to have on during the post-show meeting. That's for sure. We'll catch up on everything we see it at least.
Yeah, that's the thing. We talk about it, we listen to it, but we get to see the highlights because, we're fortunate for what we do, but we just don't get the opportunity to see many games, especially when there's nothing on the CW tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's going to happen more and more, unfortunately, for fans here in Central Ohio. Hey, our game of the week, Upper Arlington victorious 42-7 over New Albany. They moved to 4-0 on the year. We'll talk to their head coach, Justin Buttermore next. It's Bayer Subaru Dublin's high school football overtime on The Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it. Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you're a sports card fan like me, you've got to check out Midwest Cards in the Arena District, right outside Nationwide Arena. These guys are true collectors themselves, and they've built a shop that lets you experience card collecting in a whole new way. They've got sealed boxes, packs, single cards, signed memorabilia, and plenty of TVs in their lounge. Yeah, they have a lounge. And don't forget the card bar, where you can open packs while you have an adult beverage. It's awesome. Stop by Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Martina McBride. With online news, social media, and texting available 24/7, the world seems to be spinning faster and faster every day. And it can be overwhelming. Sometimes we just need to unplug and take a break from our electronic devices. It can help reduce stress and allow us to reflect on the things that are really important in our lives.
This message brought to you courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
Parents, let me ask you something.
Yeah. Go for it. We're listening.
Yeah. Are your teens good with money?
She's a good kid.
She's the
but
best.
Yeah.
But I get it. Switch to Huntington Bank, and your teen debit card can really help.
Oh?
You can set spending limits, and your kid can track budgets, so they learn that money doesn't, in fact, grow on trees.
I think we need this.
Sounds good, yeah. We feel you, parents. Let's get more from teen banking. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates, attorneys who care.
As we wonder why our kids are struggling, someone is getting bullied. As we discuss how to improve their mental health, someone is being harassed on social media. As we wonder why they're skipping school, someone is crying themselves to sleep. Knowing the signs is the best way to prevent bullying.
Please just leave me alone.
Learn the signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny skies, light winds, and enjoy this Friday evening to start off your weekend. Low 80s out there. Overnight, down to the mid to upper 50s with fair skies and light winds. A great day for whatever you have planned. Mid 80s by Saturday afternoon with fair weather for the Buckeye game on Saturday night. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Friday nights mean high school football in Ohio. This is Byers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on The Fan.
Welcome back in. Week 4 of the high school football season coming to a close, although we do have a couple games in Central Ohio on the schedule for tomorrow. I guess there's just one, the Columbus Crusaders taking on Indianapolis Phelan Leadership Academy tomorrow. So most of the games going to be wrapped up here this evening. Our game of the week tonight, it was all Upper Arlington. They beat New Albany by a score of 42-7. Their head coach, Justin Buttermore, joins us now on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Coach, congratulations on the win. New Albany has a pretty good running back in Jet Jors, and he had been coming into the game on a roll. You guys were able to contain him and shut that New Albany offense down this evening. How were you able to do so, Coach?
Well, thanks, guys. I thought we just played really disciplined defensively. I mean, we knew he was a big threat. He had 3 long touchdown runs last week. So, we talked all week about getting a lot of guys to the football and making sure our fits were correct because they're difficult to deal with in what they do.
Well, is that key to the defense? Because you said that your front 7 is undersized, and you've given up 23 points all year.
Yeah, I mean, we have to play a certain brand. I mean, we have to play a very disciplined style of football. We've got to have kids buy into the team concept, and fortunately, our kids do, and they play well together. They're playing really fast, and that's obviously something that we have to do as well. So they've played really well. We got a lot of room to improve, but they've played really well so far.
Okay, well, where is that room to improve? I mean, you want to improve every week. You're 4-0, but what's the biggest area you need to improve that you've seen through these first 4 weeks?
Well, we've just got to continue to get better at individual techniques. I mean, really every position group has little things that there's things that we're doing really well, but there's little things at every position group that we can continue to improve at. We got a lot of kids that have not played a lot of varsity football. So this is the first time kind of with the speed and just the physicality of varsity ball. So, there's just little things, honestly, at every position group that we see on film every week that we know we can continue to clean up.
Coach, let's switch to the offensive side of the ball real quick. We know the Backus name is legendary in Upper Arlington. You've got a couple good ones this year with Luke, your quarterback, and Oliver, the wide receiver. Talk a little bit about those guys and them carrying on that family tradition.
Yeah, I told somebody that this week. I mean, I think, the Backus name carries a lot of weight and a lot of expectations in Upper Arlington. And so, those guys have handled it really well. Luke is obviously a senior and has played really well so far this year. He's got tremendous arm strength. He's a great athlete, and I think tonight the key, because they play so much man coverage, is throwing the ball with timing. And he was spot on tonight. He played really, really well. Anticipated guys out of their breaks, and Ollie was on the receiving end of that. And Oliver, as a sophomore, has played really well for us too. I mean, he's a kid that doesn't play like a sophomore, and again has high expectations for himself too.
Well, on offense, it all starts with that offensive line. And you said you've got your best offensive line in your 6 seasons at Upper Arlington. What makes them so special?
Well, for the first time, we're big. I mean, we can match up front compared to previous years, and we've had some good O lines. But this group, we got 3 guys that are 280 basically or more, and are good athletes. They're not 280 guys that can't move. So I do feel like as this group comes together that it can be as good O line as we've had.
Coach, you next week start your OCC Central play, or no, not next week. I'm sorry, the following week. I know you don't want to look too far ahead, but we were talking earlier about the OCC Central and just how good this division of the OCC is year in and year out, and it looks like it's a great division again. How excited are you? I know you got one more against Central Crossing next week, but how excited are you guys to get into league play and test yourself against some of these good teams?
Yeah, it's a challenge. I mean, we do think our division's as good as any in the state. Obviously, the state champion came out of it last year, and there were also 3 other really good teams. And I think it's going to be the same thing this year. There's going to be a lot of really good teams. I think it's going to be competitive. And our kids understand. I mean, if you come one week and you're not prepared and don't play well, you're not going to win in our conference. You just aren't. You got to prepare each week. And, that's a big challenge when you got to do that 5 straight weeks. But our kids are used to it. It's like that every year. So, I'm sure they'll be excited for the challenge.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the big win tonight. Again, 42-7, your Golden Bears knock off New Albany in our Capital Fort of Columbus game of the week. Good luck next week against Central Crossing and the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
He's the head coach of the Upper Arlington Golden Bears, Justin Buttermore, joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Yeah, and Upper Arlington is 4-0 for the first time since 2021 when they went 14-1. But he brings up a good point. We've talked to other coaches in the OCC Central. You don't have to get the guys fired up to play a game once you get into league play, because like you said, if you don't show up, if you're not prepared, you will get beat. There's very few times where you say, we got outplayed, but we won this game. I don't know how we did it. It just doesn't happen when the teams are that good.
And if you look at the OCC Central right now, you've got Hilliard Bradley sitting there, and I don't think do we have a final on what Bradley did tonight? I don't believe. I
haven't seen one.
That we do have that final yet for the Bradley game. But they were 2-1 coming into this week. Olentangy Liberty, we've already talked to them, 1-3 so far on the year. I don't think anybody believes, though, that, that's what the record is, but that's not a cupcake game, right? Yeah. Playing Liberty. Orange is 4-0. Maybe the best team in Central Ohio right now, right up there with the Bishop Wattersons for sure. Dublin Kaufman's 1-3, but we talked about them the past few years. Not great regular seasons, but made a lot of noise in the postseason. And then Hilliard Davidson, we'll talk to their head coach, Jeremy Scally, coming up next. They're 3-1 and awfully close to being 4-0 this year. It's just a physical Friday night every week in the OCC Central.
And that's what you love. And, like I said, we've talked to several. They get fired up for it. The kids get fired up for it. If you come out of that, you're going to be ready to go. And as Coach Buttermore said, state champion came out of that division last year.
Sure did, when those Olentangy Liberty Patriots. We've gotten a couple more scores here, Lee, that I want to give everyone. Canal Winchester, they improved to 4-0 on the year, 55-30. They beat Reynoldsburg this evening. Going through the list here, we've got a couple schools, a little outlier here. Fairbanks, they lose to Greenview tonight, 41-7. Millersport gets a win, 33-20 over Tuscarora Central Catholic. Fisher Catholic, they're having a pretty good year. The Irish, they beat Fairfield Christian 20-13 tonight. Centerburg gets by Northmore 40-27, the final in that one. Madison Plains loses to Mechanicsburg, 58-13 was the final in that one. Just had a little refresh here. Got to find my place back. Bern Union beats Miller 20-18 this evening, and Licking Valley knocks off Heath 41-7. So a couple of more games there that we got to you that have gone final. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will talk to the head coach of Hilliard Davidson. They beat Hilliard Darby tonight 35-14. Jeremy Scally's next. It's Byers Subaru Dublin's high school football overtime.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Looking for a hassle-free car buying experience? At Byers Subaru Dublin, you can shop entirely online. Browse our inventory, get your trade-in value, and secure financing, all from the comfort of your home. All backed by the trusted team that's been serving from the same location under the windmill at 270 and Sawmill for 25 years. Right now, buy a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 1.9% for up to 72 months. Start your journey today at ByersSubaruDublin.com. Byers Auto, driving the next generation of buyers. Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/25.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY, and when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a common seasonal virus, but it can have major implications on a patient's heart health. Most RSV cases involve mild cold-like symptoms, but up to 160,000 adults are hospitalized each year for more serious cases, and RSV can escalate chronic health issues. If you're over the age of 60, talk to your doctor to find out if the new RSV vaccine is right for you, and learn more at heart.org/RSV.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fan's YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Bird's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
In this time of financial instability, create your own personal safety net by using the equity in your home to secure a home equity line of credit. It'll give you immediate access to money whenever you need it, whether it's for a fun project or a big purchase or in case you fall on hard times. And for a limited time, you can lock in a 1.99% introductory APR for 6 months at Kemba Financial Credit Union. Give yourself peace of mind. Apply now at Kemba.org. APR equals annual percentage rate. Federal insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Offer ends September 30th. NMLS 292230.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Brian Baker knows more about high school football than anyone. Except Lee Cochran. This is Byers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on The Fan.
Welcome back in. Glad to have you along. I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. We head out on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline now. Hilliard-Davidson, they get a 35-14 win over crosstown rival Hilliard-Darby tonight. Their head coach, Jeremy Scally, joins us now. And, Coach, you guys sitting here now at 3-1 after 4 weeks of the season, and that one was a tough, heartbreaking loss to Canal Winchester. They get a safety late and beat you guys 23-21, but you guys have bounced back nicely here with a 10-0 win over Miamisburg last night, and of course the win tonight. How were you guys able to bounce back from that?
Yeah, it was a difficult outcome of the game. And I was most frustrated, that week I felt like we were in neutral on Tuesday and Wednesday at practice, and just had a sense that, that was maybe could bite us. I didn't know if it would or would not. Just felt like it maybe could bite us. And I really felt like, at halftime of that game, we were in neutral, stuck in neutral, couldn't get out of neutral. And just one of those things, like, tough lesson to learn. I didn't want to learn it. I didn't want our kids to learn it. So we've just tried to use it, just use it as a positive somehow, some way moving forward. And since then, we've had some pretty good sequences that maybe showed up in the Canal game where we didn't execute, that are showing up against Miamisburg and Darby tonight, that, our kids are just, I don't know, they just got the reps and they're executing in these moments a little bit better than maybe we did that night.
Well, Coach, congratulations on tonight's win. I think it's a third straight win over Darby for you. And when I think about Davidson football, the running backs always come to mind. You got another good one in Dane Schmidt. 220 yards, 3 touchdowns, runs of 52, 39, and 5. I mean, talk a little bit about Dane.
Yeah, he's a dude. I will always talk about the person first and the player second with him. Phenomenal young man, tough, hard-nosed, kind of a throwback type kid, does the dirty work, very respectful, very polite, very well-liked by his teachers. You don't worry about him socially, academically. And in our program, we have a award decal that we give out, and it just says TED on the decal, and it stands for there every day. It's probably in our locker room. It's probably one of the highest honors you can get, and I believe that kid's gotten it 3 years in a row. Like, he's literally never missed anything that we've offered in terms of off-season training or, getting on the field in the spring or anything over the summer. Credit to him on being a good young man first, and then being a TED guy second, just being a steady Eddie. And then there's no, in my opinion, there's no coincidence that all that good that he invests when he's in the dark, so to speak, kind of shines when the lights go on.
Well, and it's good to have a player like that the younger players can learn from, isn't it?
Yeah, and I hope every single one of our young guys is listening right now, because that dude has paved the way and has since he came into our program has set a tremendous example for guys, on the teams that he's played on, but also the teams that are, to follow him. But he's, he no question deserves the accolades because he's earned it, and then he just got to keep swinging, and we know that he will.
I jumped in ahead of Ryan here because I know he's been talking about your offensive line for 2 years with me now, Every time a score comes in, he goes, Lee, he goes, I just love that offensive line. I love that offensive line. What makes them so successful?
Yeah, they have a ton of experience. They're big kids. We tell them, let's make sure we're not just big kids up front. Let's make sure we're big kids and good football players up front. They have a ton of experience. They have tremendous chemistry within their group. I mean, they have really kind of been that offensive line, probably going back to, Optimist football here in Hilliard and into 7th grade and 8th grade. So I think they have a lot of love for one another. They play as a unit pretty well. When one guy's down, the other one, picks them up. But yeah, they had kind of a bumpy start, to be honest with you. And I love them all, and I hope they're listening to this too. But they kind of came out of the gates, maybe relying on that experience a little too much, and that. Yes, I want the experience, but sometimes, that could be a blessing and a curse. And it was a curse a little bit early, just in terms of that neutral thing I was talking about earlier. And I felt like that group was maybe in neutral a little bit too much. And hopefully they put it in gear tonight. They seem to put it in gear pretty well. So hopefully that continues. But they're great dudes. They care about each other. They're team-minded kids and really fun to coach.
Now, Coach, Lee and I are going to have a talk at our post-show meeting now for him stealing my question about your offensive line, because I fell in love with those guys last year when I was out at practice and got to see you guys take on Bradley. Coach, congratulations on the great start to the season. I know it doesn't get any easier here as you guys head into league play in a few weeks, but congratulations on the win, and we look forward to watching you guys the rest of the way.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate your coverage of high school football here in Central Ohio.
He's the head coach of Hilliard Davidson, Jeremy Scally, joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Davidson has one loss this year. That one loss was to Canal Winchester. Let's head back out to the Bryan Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline and talk to their head coach, Rob Page. His Canal Winchester Indians improved to 4-0. They get a 55-30 win over Reynoldsburg. And, Coach, I don't know if a lot of people were thinking about Canal Winchester when this season started. I think that come from behind win over Davidson kind of had people watching you. Tell us a little bit about your team. You're off to a great start. You guys are playing well.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I could care less if anybody's thinking about us ever.
Yeah.
Because I care about us being the best we can be and really focusing on the process. I mean, I'm excited about how hard our guys play. We have some tough kids here, and we're focused on getting better, and I could care less what the outside world thinks.
Well, Coach, a little bit about you. You had the success at Big Walnut. You stepped down there. What brought you back into being a head coach?
Well, I think being at the right place, being around people who care about football, I think that's important, that share the same values as me. Our athletic director here at Canal Winchester, Jacob Ramsey, I mean, he's a former player at UC. He's a running back there. I mean, he football really matters to him, and his values and vision align with mine. And, I had a really good thing, going at Upper Arlington, being the offensive coordinator there. And, I think the best coach in Central Ohio is Justin Buttermore. And the fact that I got to, do stuff I liked and, be around good people was great. But I thought this was an opportunity, and I just decided to seize on it.
Well, Coach, you've got the team playing really well right now. What do you think has been the main reason to the 4-0 start here for you guys?
I think our effort. I think we play really hard. Honestly, though, I'm really disappointed in how we played tonight. We did not play with the level of discipline and detail and execution and togetherness that I expect, in all honesty. And that has to change if we want to do the things that we want to do. We'll have a winning record and we'll have a solid year. But at the end of the day, if we don't play with more discipline than we did tonight, we're not going to beat teams at the state level. And for us, it's about maximizing people. And, I don't think tonight we maximized ourselves. Credit to Reynoldsburg. They had 3 special teams touchdowns, which is utterly embarrassing. And that's something that has to get fixed. I mean, obviously next week we're going to be playing a perennial powerhouse. Those guys are big, strong, and tough, and they're going to come at you, and they're going to make you make plays. They're not just going to give you plays. And that's something that, if we don't get right, it's going to be ugly early.
Well, you brought up playing your league game against Pickerington Central next week. What do you got to do, in practice next week to turn this around?
Well, I just think it's a consistent focus on details. It's a consistent focus when you're in a rep. It's a consistent focus when you're not getting a rep, taking a mental rep. And, at the end of the day, like, the lack of focus is my fault. Because I'm allowing it. You're either teaching it or tolerating it. And we are going to teach discipline and details and execution. You have two pains in life, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, and we'll have the pain of regret.
Well, and let's be honest, in this division, Pickerington Central, I mean, they've won 30 some league games in a row. If any team's going to get the focus of your players, it's going to be this team next week, right?
I would hope so. I mean, I know they're going to have my focus. They're good, they're well coached, they're tough, they have great players, so it's going to be a slugfest. I mean, this is why you do it. You're not, coaches who are trying to compete at a high level are not interested in getting excited about turbo clock games, and you want to play against the best. So I'm looking forward to it, and I know it's going to be a huge challenge, and we have to get better.
Well, Coach, if anyone can do it, I think it's you, because I know that the track record is there for you. You've been a pretty good coach and won everywhere you have. Coach, congratulations on the 4-0 start. We will definitely be watching and paying attention next week when you guys take on Pick Central.
Thanks, appreciate it.
He's the head coach of Canal Winchester, his first year at the school. Rob Page joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline.
A couple things. One, it's good to talk to Coach Page again. It's been a couple years. Two, 3 special team touchdowns they allowed. I
love the honesty.
Yeah. Yes, but you were talking about 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. Reynoldsburg comes in tonight 0-3, and they're not that good.
It's been a struggle.
And Pickerington Central's looming. And you tell you
it's human nature.
It's human nature to look a little bit ahead. It is. And I figured, though, I'm looking forward to that game next week.
You've been looking forward to that game since before the season kicked off. I know that for a fact. We will run through the scores one final time, and we will also get the Guru's final thoughts on Week 4. And he's going to look ahead to Week 5. It's high school football overtime on The Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Realtors usually charge you 6% to sell your house, but not my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They take 1%. It's in the name. And this is full service. No shortcuts, no for sale by owner crapola. They do it all. Call 614-451-6616.
Dormar, you're kind of cute. Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tighty-whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair. Dormar, you're kind of cute.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process. From the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs, They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
Dangers rarely lie out in the open, so no matter where you live, it's important to know harmful pests can hide in and around your home.
Here I come!
Rodents and cockroaches are drawn to food waste and garbage.
I know you're out here.
Ticks lurk in tall grasses, and mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water.
I can hear you.
Rodents, ticks, and mosquitoes can all spread dangerous diseases.
I gotcha.
Seek the facts you need at pestworld.org, a public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
How many different ways can you consume morning juice? Let's see. Live on YouTube, live on the Fans HD3 podcast on demand, and on 10 TV Plus. And we'll send Bobby right to your house.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally. We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
This show gets you so close to high school football, you can smell the stinky shoulder pads. It's Byers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on The Fan.
Nice to have Coach Page and Coach Scally joining us last segment. Coach Buttermore earlier in the show. But because of that, we've got to run through these scores now real quick so we can get to the Guru's final thoughts. Last night in the City League North, Linden McKinley improved to 4-0, shutting out Centennial 40-0. In the City League South, Marion Franklin with a shutout, 21-0 over Independence. Walnut Ridge gets by South 48-6. In the City League North tonight, Whetstone gets their first win of the year. They top Beechcroft 28-25. East hammers Mifflin 81-0. In the City League South, Afrocentric a 34-0 win over Briggs. Eastmore, you heard Dom talking about that earlier. That game was canceled as there was some gunfire, I guess, around the school. Eastmore beats West 20-0. In the OCC Buckeye tonight, Canal Winchester, they improved to 4-0, 55-30 winners over Reynoldsburg. Groveport, their first win of the season, 35-14, they top Newark. Pickerington Central, 64, Logan 7. Tays Valley's 3-1 after a 37-14 win over Lancaster. In the OCC Capital, big night from Nolan Burley, 250 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. Big Walnut beats Delaware 45-7. Westerville South hands Dublin Scioto their first loss of the year, 26-18. Worthington Kilbourne's 3-1. They beat Westland 48-38. In the Mid-State League Buckeye, Bloom Carroll's 2-2, 16-6. They beat Amanda Clear Creek. Circleville 4-0 for the first time since 2002, 35-8. They top Logan Elm in the backyard brawl. Hamilton Township's 4-0 after a 35-7 win over Fairfield Union. Mid-State League Cardinal, Bern Union 20, Miller 18. Fisher Catholic improves to 3-1, 20-13 winners over Fairfield Christian. Gross City Christian shuts out Rosecrans 38-0. In the Knox-Moro Athletic Conference, Centerburg a 44-27 win over Northmore. Fredericktown pitches the shutout 21-0. They're 4-0 on the year. Our game of the week tonight, Upper Arlington 42-7. They beat New Albany. Hilliard Davidson 35-14 winners over Hilliard Darby. Olentangy Liberty gets their first win of the year 10-7 over Berlin. Berlin 0-4 for the first time in school history. Olentangy Orange is 4-0, 35-21. They beat Gahanna. Hilliard Bradley improves to 3-1, 42-14. They beat Marysville. Westerville North drops to 1-3. They lose to Cincinnati St. Xavier 28-0. Westerville Central hands Dublin Jerome their first loss of the year, 24-16. Gross City falls to Thomas Worthington 42-21. That's the Cardinals' first win on the season. Olentangy 43-6. They beat Central Crossing. Pickerington North with the shutout 24-0 over Dublin Kaufman. Hamilton Baden gives DeSales their first loss of the year, 38-21. St. Charles comes from behind and knocks off Reedy 27-26. Watterson hammers Tiffin Columbian 81-7. Hartley 35-7 winners on homecoming over Watkins Memorial. Grandview's 4-0, 35-0. They shut out Bexley. 26-7 was the score. Northland over Whitehall. Columbus Academy beats Dover 40-34. Buckeye Valley, they are 4-0. They beat Licking Heights 21-13. Franklin Heights is 3-1, 14-8 winners over Kipp. Harvest Prep gets a big win over Perkins 20-13. Liberty Union 41, Lakewood 7. Millersport 2-2 on the year, 33-20. They beat Tuscarawas Central Catholic. Granville falls to Washington Courthouse, a little bit of an eye-opener, 31-16. In overtime, Mount Vernon gets by Johnstown 35-34. Licking Valley's 4-0. They beat Heath 41-7. Northridge falls to Milan Edison 20-0. Ridgewood beats Utica 31-0. Jonathan Alder 4-0 on the year, 42-23. They beat North Union. London is also 4-0, 44-14 over Indian Lake. West Jeff 62-26 winners. They're perfect on the season. Greenview knocks off Fairbanks 41-7. Highland doubles up Marion Harding 12-6. And Mechanicsburg knocks off Madison Plains 58-13. Guru, I'm sorry, we've only got about a minute, but your final thoughts on week 4.
We're good. Let's talk about a couple of the teams that we haven't talked a lot about. Hamilton Township, 4-0, feeling like it's 2023 when they started out 9-0. They got a big one next week against Buckeye Valley, who you just said 4-0. Canal Winchester playing Pickerington Central. We talked a little bit about that. There's only a handful of games. Scioto Kilbourne next week. This is the first time since 2016 that both teams will have a winning record heading into this game. A lot riding there. But look at a team like Thomas Worthington. We lost in overtime last week. Won tonight against Grove City. Linden, a 4-0 team. It could be 5-0 after next week and playing possibly a 6-0 Grandview. We talked about the schedule. We said it might not be that good of a schedule next week. Those are the weeks I love because that's when surprising things happen.
We'll find some fun games for sure. Congratulations to all the teams and coaches that won tonight on week 4. We will have you covered for the Buckeyes game tomorrow here on The Fan. Make sure you are tuned for that and stay tuned. Coming up next, it's the Kevin Stefanski Show. Thanks for listening to The Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Hey, Columbus, it's T-Bone for Window Nation. Now is the best time of year to buy new windows. Whether you have old, drafty windows or maybe just the cheap builder's grade ones your house came with, September is the perfect month to protect your home against another cold, snowy winter. And right now, Window Nation is offering their most popular offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, you won't pay any interest, monthly payments, or down payment for 2 years. You heard that right. Window Nation gives you the option to pay nothing until 2027. Are you a Buckeye fan? Well, when you replace all the windows in your home, Window Nation will also give you 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game. With Window Nation, you get top quality windows from a trusted company, and it's all at a reasonable price because they know replacing windows is an investment and they want to make it affordable for you. Don't miss Window Nation's most popular offer. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. And remember, you'll pay nothing for 2 years. Hurry, Columbus, this sale won't last forever. 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com to get your free quote.
Listen up. ESPN Unlimited is now included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Spectrum gives you everything from ESPN, live games, original series, top analysis, and more. Spectrum is really stepping up with this offer, and you get more of me, Stephen A. Smith. Get your act together and go to spectrum.com/entertainment for details. ESPN Unlimited and more popular streaming apps are included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Restrictions apply.
Looking for a hassle-free car buying experience? At Buyers Subaru Dublin, you can shop entirely online, browse our inventory, get your trade-in value, and secure financing, all from the comfort of your home. All backed by the trusted team that's been serving from the same location under the windmill at 270 and Sawmill for 25 years. Right now, buy a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 1.9% for up to 72 months. Start your journey today at BuyersSubaruDublin.com. Buyers Auto, driving the next generation of buyers. Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/25.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. Looking to upgrade? The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers and want you to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Wrinkles, gray hair, and hearing loss are common signs of getting older. But being short of breath, having tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing are not. If you are experiencing these symptoms, you may be one of the millions of people who are living with a condition called COPD but don't know it. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org.